right, let's start. So, welcome to everyone for today's masterclass, which is all about preparing 2021 with craving freeze and a healthier way than you most probably have been living in 2020. I know it has been quite a year and quite difficult to get through. So a lot of people have been rather resorting to maybe some more cravings food or so. So we have the webinar today to help you. This webinar, by the way, is recorded, so you can watch the replay. And I will mute everybody, or please just stay muted until the end, until we have Q&A, because it is recorded. So it's for those distraction-free who are not joining us live today. So what I would like to do during the webinar is to go through my 5 steps to have a cravings-free and healthier 2021. We have recently done a challenge. Some people have participated, some not. So I've also put together a little bit what we've gone through during the challenge into really putting it compactly into 5 steps into this webinar, this masterclass, so you can have it all together. So first of all, please take maybe something to write. I will share a lot of important things, a lot of important steps, and a lot of steps that you can directly implement. So get something to write down and put yourself on undisturbed, maybe put your phone off or any disturbance on your computer or so off. I will also have a surprise at the end, so you definitely want to stay until the end. And I will have as well at the end a Q&A, so you can ask me any questions. So keep your questions for now. Or alternatively, what you can do is there is in the bottom here a chat. And you can always type your questions in the chat, and then I will go through them later. So if you have any questions in between, either I'll ask them, either I answer them in between or towards the end. So feel free to write them there or just keep them for the end. Right. And then, of course, I will be very happy, to stay and answer all these questions at the end. Right. Now, for me, the 5 steps that I really implement myself and that I teach also my clients in my one-on-one coaching program and in my group coaching programs, I always teach those 5 steps. They go always around. It's really a simple system that makes it easy to go through, and that's really achievable as well. So you can really take them. So first of all, the first really important part is great goals. The second one is perfect planning. The third one is simple skills. And the fourth one, easy environment. And last but not least, master your mindset, right? These are my 5 steps. Now I will go into each of them and give you a little bit ideas on how, to implement and what they mean and why they're so important. Because in the end, the issue with cravings, and often people who are maybe having a yo-yo dieting cycle or something like this, is actually that there is not really a structure to their issues about, for example, food cravings or so. And by getting really clear on them, is that we can then overcome them and have long time healthier habits and also a healthier life, of course, and we can achieve our goals like weight loss goals and so on. So the great goals, number 1, is really something that I feel is super important, and especially in my group coaching program in the beginning, I go really about, developing the goals and getting clear. And we are in the right moment. So we are just around to go into the new year. So when you, if you're watching this, take some time after and get clear on the goals you are having, especially for next year, but whenever you're doing it for a certain time in advance. I normally always like to have yearly goals or quarterly goals. And what's really important is to get clear about SMART goals. SMART, you might have heard about SMART goals, and SMART goals are specific. So the S stands for specific. The M stands for measurable, the A is attainable, the R for relevant or responsible, and the T for timelessly. So specific means really that when you have a goal, for example, you want to get really clear on how specific it is. For example, if you just say, oh, I want to feel better, or I want to be rich, or I want to lose weight, or, whatever it is, that's not specific, right? Versus specific, if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to add healthy vegetables always to my meals, or I want to reach my income goal by reaching, I don't know, $10,000 or whatever it is, right? So this is really specific. So make it really specific. And the important part is also making it positive. So if you say, I don't want to weigh so much anymore, or even if you want to, if you say, I want to lose weight, or if you want to say, I don't want to feel tired anymore. That is a negative goal, because the mind, the subconscious mind, is actually putting off the no, the don't, right? The negative thing in there. So it hears always the statement without it. So you will actually always repeat the negative or that statement, which is in fact the negative thing. You will repeat that in your mind. And that's why often the subconscious will look for it. So it will look for weight, gaining more weight, or it will, look for maybe, yeah, when you don't want something, right, you will always get no energy or things like that. So if you make it into a positive statement, that's so much more helpful. So you can make it, for example, I want to be lighter, or I want to be richer, or I want to have energy, having it positive instead of having the I don't want, whatever it is. So that's really important. The measurable is also a little bit like the specific, but the measurable is like, a certain number or so. So you can really measure it and make it clear what it is. So when you achieve that, you know you have achieved that goal, right? Attainable, of course, is something relatively straightforward. If you say, I want to go to the moon tomorrow, that's probably not something that is attainable. I mean, it might be for some people, but first of all, the trip to the moon takes a little bit longer, and the preparation and all that. So unless you are working, somewhere in that business or so, it's probably not attainable. But if you have a goal that is attainable on the way forward, then definitely, it's worth going there. And then it's, of course, also making it relevant and responsible. So relevant for you. Really important that it's also relevant for your life, right? If you would, for example, say, I want to go on travel every day or so, that might not be relevant or responsible, because you might not be able to implement that into your life. You might just not be able, just to go on a trip because perhaps your family is not so happy or your boss is not so happy. So making it really relevant to your life, that it's important for you. You can ask yourself also why you want to actually achieve that goal, right? Is it relevant to to your goals in general, to your life? So make it really relevant, and also take responsibility. So it must be a goal that you are able to achieve, not somebody else, right? You cannot say you want to get, I'm obviously missing something now, but you can, for example, you cannot say you want a client, you want a client to sign up for something you're selling them, right? Because that's something you're not responsible. That person is responsible. You can only do the best in doing your best sales pitch, for example, for that client, right? So make it really your own responsibility to achieve that. And the last one, timelessly. So make it something that you can achieve by a certain time. So you could say, I want to lose 10 pounds by the 31st of March, for example. That is something timelessly. And then you can celebrate that date. And this is really what it's called, the SMART goals. You also want really to be sure that you feel it. So you project yourself in the future, and you do as if you feel, you hear, you smell, and all these things as if it happens. So what would you do when you achieve that goal? How will you live? How will you be? What will you hear? What will you see? And so on. And of course, very important there to have the why. Why do you want to achieve that? Which goes a little bit within the SMART. So the goal setting is really something super important. If you have any doubt when you do that goal setting during that process, and any of these SMART goals are not 100% there, you will not be going to your goal, right? Because your subconscious is preventing you to achieve that. So very, very important, get super clear on your goal. The next point is perfect planning. Now, what I like really to do is to do a yearly, quarterly, weekly, and daily planning. The yearly is sort of the big vision, the big points, like 3, 4 things I really want to achieve in that year, or bigger time commitment in advance. The quarterly, I normally get already a little bit deeper into it. So I do that especially when I work with my clients in the coaching. Normally my programs are 3 months or 6 months or so. So we can go into having quarterly goals, because that's something that's not too far off, but it's still something we can work during several weeks or so to get there. So we can really have a goal that is achievable, SMART goal, of course. And then once we have that, we can have the planning in the quarterly planning and plan it forward. And once we have that quarterly planning, then we can break it down in smaller pieces, which normally I like to do within 2 or 1 week segments. So I can say, okay, I have 4 or 5 quarterly goals that I'm planning to achieve. There might be sub goals of my big yearly goal. And I plan really weekly, small little steps that lead me to those quarterly. And then, of course, once I have my weekly planning, I can go there and then plan my week in advance, or the 2 weeks, whatever you want. And there it goes a little bit more specific. So there I can do for example, my meal plan comes in there. So I like definitely, and I teach that in my group coaching program as well, really to put the meal plan together. And of course, I can from there also have that I, have my exercise plan and stress management and sleep and so on. And then what's really important is that from there, I track the last week and I review. And the same I make, of course, I do for the quarterly as well. I have normally a big tracking and review, and I plan forwards. So that's really a kind of a feedback loop that is very, very beneficial. I learned that actually, and I use it myself in my business, in my private life, and I highly recommend that. And that's something I'm teaching my clients as well as I work with them. And as you go, you always improve. And the one thing I always say is, you are aiming for 1% of improvement. And if you achieve 1% of improvement after 72 days, you get to your 100%. You can do the calculation. It's really going like this. So you need only small little steps of improvements. When you're doing the planning, I always aim for small steps. So when you implement something new, you will start with implementing easy steps. So you plan for maybe just adding 1 glass of water, right? If you're not drinking enough water, and I'm gonna drink just water now, because when I talk a lot, I get always very thirsty, and I invite you to drink as well some water. So, it's really important to have plan small steps and start super small. It's better to do a 3 minutes meditation or even a 1 minute meditation and do that every day, instead of doing maybe an hour's meditation that you do never one time and never again, right? So that's really, really super important here. Good. Now, the next point is simple skills. Now, that is something, of course, that I am passionate about teaching my clients, is to improve their nutrition and lifestyle habits. And I really teach from the ground up, basically looking into what are the root causes. Why do we have cravings, for example? Why do we have weight gain? Why do we have certain illnesses or medical conditions or so. I mean, when normally clients see me, they usually have some weight issues, they have some emotional eating issues or some cravings, they have often some kind of chronic diseases or conditions that can be anything from diabetes to high blood pressure to blood sugar, and hormonal imbalances to maybe some digestive issues like GERD or some other digestive issues or whatever it is. So it's definitely something to find out what are the reasons there, and find out the root causes as well, because once you know actually what are the root causes of these disbalance in the body, then you can actually work on improving your skills, right? Your own skills. I believe we all have this intelligence. You might not know everything, but you have this body intelligence. So once you are actually able to look at the root causes, you can then improve them. And that is really where I see the biggest success. So it goes all about finding out the personalized nutrition and lifestyle habits we each need. And they are all different because we all are different, right? What is good for one is not necessarily good for the other. And that's, by the way, why these fad diets, there are, in my opinion, really that most people fail, because they are just one size fits all, and they're just not something that you would say would fit everybody and would be something good for everybody. So definitely having a personalized nutrition and lifestyle plan that includes the right foods for you, that looks at repairing whatever has maybe not been working correctly. Often it's the digestive system where it starts, but then working up there. And then, of course, looking at the lifestyle habits like stress management, sleep, exercise, etc. That is really important to overcome maybe cravings you're having, right? Often it's not about willpower. Often it's not about maybe having some emotional issues or so. Sometimes it's just a very simple biochemical or physical root cause that can be overcome quite quickly by finding what are you really hungry for. And I will go a little bit deeper into that just in a moment. But by finding out what that is, maybe you are lacking some protein, maybe you are actually deprived of some deficiencies, right? Or you have some deficiency, vitamin or minerals. Maybe your body is not, or your digestive system is not absorbing the minerals. You're actually eating healthy, but for whatever reason, they're not absorbing. Maybe it's some food intolerances or some toxin buildup. Whatever it is, maybe you're missing some water, right? And this is really finding out what it is that's preventing you from losing the weight, from not overeating, from craving something, from having a physical symptom, right? Whatever that is, right? Now, let's get back on the next point, and that's easy environment. And it goes a little bit with the previous step, simple skills. Basically, it's the skills, what you can kind of do is, but you also what you have around you, right? So it's can be your body, by the way, but it's most of it, it's your home, it's your people you're surrounding yourself with, the lifestyle, the environment, or so you're surrounding yourself. And that is something we have, of course, not always really any control over our environment. Let's say if we live in a place where it's, very polluted or so, then it is definitely something that it's a little bit difficult to change. But we can definitely change certain things in our environment at home, right? If, for example, you have at home an environment where you have a lot of snacks hanging out or being there, then it's very difficult for you maybe to overcome the cravings. So it might be an idea for you to declutter your home, right? If you have so many unhealthy foods there, then definitely think about decluttering your home right now. You might want perhaps also to remove any snacks and lock them away or so, especially when you have some family members. That's really important. Another thing is distractions, right? If you have more stress related cravings, that might be due that you are too distracted during the day. So you might want to remove some distractions. If somebody is buzzing you every 5 minutes, or if you are on Facebook every 2 minutes or so, these are distractions that make us more stressed, and this often can lead to cravings. So you want to look into the environment. And of course, you also want to look into the people in your environment. Sometimes we have very many negative people in our environment, and believe me, I know you cannot always control that either, but you can definitely put your boundaries up and say no to some coworkers who are like an energy thieves, or maybe speak to your partner or some friends or so, or cut also some people out of your environment if that is something that leads you maybe to emotional imbalances and to more cravings. So easy environment is our next step, and our fifth step is master mindset. And that is really to find out, what are you really hungry for? And that's something I am super passionate. And we definitely work a lot in our group coaching program around, is what are you really hungry for? Because of course, it's never the food, right? When we are normally giving into our cravings, overeating, eating too much, eating the wrong foods, it is very often that we use those foods to overcome to overcome some missing purpose. Might be boredom, it might be that we have too much stress, it might be that we are anxious, it might be anything else or so, that is something what we are trying to fulfill with food, right? So sometimes it is really about finding out, first of all, what it is what we are really hungry for. I highly recommend for that to start with journaling. So you can find out what that is actually every day. Maybe you find out that every day at 4 o'clock you come home and you realize that you are really, that you have been so stressed and everything releases, and you're looking for something to counterbalance that. You might find out that every day when you come home and you sit in front of TV, you're having a big bag of chips or something, right? Because you like this crunchiness or so. Or you might find that anytime when you're stressed at work, you have the cookies in your drawer and you eat them or so. Whatever it is, pay attention to what it is, right? The first step of overcoming this is getting super clear, paying attention, and what you're really hungry for. And then maybe actually accept it, right? I use something, what I really love in my group coaching program as well, is a face and embrace method. The face and embrace method leads my clients really through when they have these feelings of maybe anxious, or that they're not lovable, or they're not worthy, or whatever it is. So I help them to face it, kind of really take it in and say, oh, I see you, I see there is something, I see that feeling, I feel that feeling, I embrace it. I let it live, I let it be. I don't push it away, because normally we always taught to push things away, right? We are normally always trying to, we feel guilty or we feel shame or whatever it is, so we're pushing it away. Instead of doing that, embrace it. It's part of you, it's teaching you something. So face, embrace it. And then when you do that, let it go, right? With all the love you can. And that is something that's really helpful for overcoming some self-sabotage, some blockages, some negative mindset as well. So you can really realize that you have maybe a negative mindset. Maybe you think, I will never lose that weight. I can tell you, if you tell yourself that you never lose that weight, or that you never will achieve this, I can tell you, you will never get there. It's not going to happen, right? If you continue telling yourself this negative self-talk, you're never going to get there. I can promise you. You have in your subconscious something that will always keep you safe, because your subconscious will do what you tell yourself. Your subconscious might have been programmed from our childhood and will keep you safe. What it remembers from the childhood, not what's necessarily happening today. And that's why when we have this negative talk, we have to transform this into positive talk. I'm going to drink another water. I feel I've eaten some nuts earlier. Give me a moment. Drink some water too. And by the way, maybe if you have any questions about what we are speaking, so we have spoken about great goals, perfect planning, simple skills, easy environment, and we are speaking about master mindset. All these 5 steps are what helps to overcome cravings and to be craving free in 2021, maybe reach your goals, your health goals, and so on. So if you have any questions about these goals or these steps, type them in the chat. The chat is on the bottom of your screen. You should normally see either where it says chat or you see something that says more with 3 points, and then you see the chat. Right. Good. So the master the mindset is really to find out what you're really hungry for and transform negative thoughts into positive thoughts, having more positive thinking. That's really important. So whenever you catch yourself having those negative thoughts, find out, also journal around them, see what the triggers are and transform them into positive thoughts. That's really very important. You can also use something really powerful. You can think as you are already, as if you are already there, as if you are the person who has achieved already that goal. Very, very powerful as well. So let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. So you can think about that person who already lost the 30 pounds, who is already there and who, has achieved that already, and who can already think as that person. How would that person eat? What would she do? What would she think of? How would she react? What kind of exercise maybe she would do, and so on and so on. Also very, very powerful. Right, so these are my 5 tips. Now if you have any questions, please do share them in the comments. And I will continue right now with something that is really powerful, and I will share a surprise with you as well. So any questions there, please feel free to ask them. And of course, in the end, I will also put the microphone on for you. So if you have any questions, we can have a couple of talks there, and I can unmute the microphone. But before doing that, I want actually to share something with you, because I'm opening again early next year my and emotional eating group coaching program. And I'm having an amazing offer right now, my early bird sign up here for my and emotional eating group coaching that's starting in January. And I want to share that. So that and emotional eating group coaching program is especially for successful women who want an effective way to overcome finally their struggles with emotional eating, yo-yo dieting, health issues, so they can have a better relationship with food and their bodies and focus on what really matters in their lives, so they can become confident again. I see it all together that many women and many of my clients really struggle, with being confident or feeling confident, because of they're so absorbed with, all these thoughts about food and eating and so on. So I really want to help them to overcome that. And that's why I have the group coaching program that really does that. So I have currently an early bird promotion, which I will share with you. I also want to share, and I will do that right now in the chat. I will share with you the details of it. So if you want, after our session today, after our masterclass today, you can check it out and get the early bird as well, which is only available until December the 24th. So you have to be fast. And by the way, if you have any friends or so who might be interested, please do share. So the group coaching program starts mid of January. And as I said, if you get in now, so if you sign up now, you will get bonuses and you will also get a special pricing, which I share shortly with you. So the group coaching program is really for women who are very busy. I like working with successful women. Most of my clients are highly successful executives or managers, and they usually don't have the time. They really struggle with emotional eating, cravings. They might struggle with weight or some health issues which are related. And within the group coaching program, I really help them to find their purpose, to optimize their daily life, to improve their overall well-being. I'm very much about empower. Most of us, we are not confident enough. We are usually not practicing self-care, and we're struggling with self-love, self-confidence, self-worth. I hear that over and over. I think the more I work with successful women, the more they struggle with self-love. Actually, it's crazy, but that is what's happening, right? They're very successful in one area, but not so successful in the self area, or perhaps even in other relationships or in some other areas. So we're working on this. As I mentioned already earlier, also root causes is what I'm really passionate about, in helping my clients to find the root causes. Because what I gave you today is you can work on your own on that, but to really being able to implement that, that's why I have my group coaching program, where I help with coaching sessions and implementing that, and helping clients really to improve whatever is imbalance, right? So this is something for people who like the support in a group as well. I have been running my group coaching program in the last year, or this year actually. Really highly successful, and I've worked with many women who liked to feel understood and supported within a group. And we realized that we all are very different, and I definitely personalize my group coaching program a great deal, but we all have similar issues nevertheless, right? And realizing by when I coach, for example, certain people, they realize that they might have other issues. So while we have this group coaching sessions, for example, we really realize that other people have the same problem, and we can learn from that. So what is actually what you can expect if you would be joining me for the group coaching program? First of all, it is for people who are having issues with either cravings or emotional eating. It is for people who might want to lose weight and who have some health issues, no matter if it's digestive or hormonal issues or some chronic diseases, maybe some skin issues or so, thyroid. A lot of my clients have thyroid issues. I have some clients who are diabetic. Some have GERD, some are taking medications and are realizing that's perhaps not the right way to go. And they want to improve their health more natural. They want to eat to balance their hormones. They want to gain a better feeling with their body, and a better relationship with food as well. So what you are expecting is normally that people normally join me to lose weight, right? Most people do that. That's probably the primary reason. Most people have a somehow, some signs and symptoms. Their health is not top, and they want to improve that. And after some while, they really realize that they achieve those results. They might lose weight. I have to give you an idea. I have one of my clients. She has been working with me now for 6 months, a little bit less than 6 months. After working with me for 1 month, 1.5 months, she lost 30 pounds. She by now lost 47 pounds. And that's amazing. She still wants to lose more weight. She is very overweight. So not everybody is that overweight. We all are different. Some people have to lose more, want to lose more, some less. So it's not only about weight loss, but people always achieve something. I have one of my clients, she was seeing me, she was diabetic, she had high blood pressure, she had digestive issues, she had pain, arthritis pain, so she wanted all this improved. She had sleep issues, and she was, of course, wanting also to lose weight. And within 2-3 weeks, she could discontinue her diabetes medication. She later on, she dropped her blood pressure, she lost weight. She went from 4 hours sleeping to 8 hours sleeping. She lost weight, and she was so much more energetic. So it's really, these are the kind of results one can expect. A little word of warning, I don't know you, so I cannot tell you what results you will get. But in general, I see that my clients lose some weight, some more, some less. Certainly see that most of my clients get more energy. They will improve their certain health issues as well most of the time. But what I see with most of my clients in common, that they have a better relationship with their body and with food. They feel more confident, they have experienced more self-care and self-love. And these are things that I personally believe are far more important than necessarily losing weight, because most people are focused too much on weight loss. They lose it by doing a diet or something, and then shortly after they put back on the weight. And that's not the way I work. I work on implementing and helping my clients to implement long-term lifestyle and long-term healthy habits that they can keep for the rest of their lives, and they can have a good relationship with themselves. And that, my dears, is what and when you're really going to be happy, because losing those 10 pounds or the 50 pounds or whatever it is not going to make you happy. Truth. Okay. And I'm getting very serious right now. And that's exactly what my coaching programs are about, is to get there so you are really happy. And by the way, once you're happy, then you're going to lose that weight, right? It's not, the weight loss is not going to make you happy. Once you are happy within yourself, then your body will eventually lose that weight. And that's something I'm working with. And you are probably going to get there by joining the group coaching program, so you can end emotional eating forever too. And that's really something, when we find our purpose, when we find what we are really hungry for, then we are happy, right? Nothing else needed. Any questions, by the way, please type them in the chat and I'm happy to get, or just contact me for that after. Right. Now, I have definitely something that's super important by getting ready for 2021. And that's what we are going to do in our group coaching program. The group coaching program, as I said, it starts in January. And we are going to work on the root causes, on habits, on achieving our goals, on losing weight, keep it down. I'm very much also helping my clients to implement long-term skills and long-term habits, having a better relationship, and also being able to track it. So what you get in my group coaching program is, once you sign up, is you get 2 sessions within my group. So 2 group coaching sessions per month. There are normally around 1 hour, and it's a smaller group. So usually I will be able to coach everybody on that group coaching program. Sometimes, you might be even alone. Sometimes there are more people in there, and the sessions are usually always recorded, so you can watch the replay. And you get 2 sessions of 1 hour per month. And in those sessions is where all the magic happens. There is where I share with you everything I learned, everything you need to know. It's personalized. So I have normally people, I ask them to fill in a pre-session form, so I know what they want to work on. And I spend some time with everybody to coach each person on their issues, and the others learn while that happens, right? So if you have something, maybe you want to find out what better snacks you can have, or how you can increase your water intake, or stress management tips, or how to overcome your cravings, or how to balance your hormones, I will do so, on the calls, and the calls are like here on Zoom, by the way, we see each other. And so you can learn from others while I coach each other. And of course, you get motivations. We celebrate together our wins. We share our frustrations sometimes, right? And some people might have already the answers and might help other people as well. So that's really what happens on those 2 sessions. Additionally to that, you get my effortless weight loss program. You get access to that. So that's a separate program that runs on its own, that normally people can sign up separately, but it's part of my group coaching program, where you can get access to a module and to learn in this module on your own how to improve your health, how to overcome cravings, how to lose weight. So you get basically access to a model every 2 weeks. In that model, you have several videos. Normally, you have resources like recipes, meal plans, stress tips, overcoming stress tips. You have sometimes meditation. You have maybe help to improve your digestive system, etc., etc. So each module has several themes helping you kind of fill up your toolbox with really great tips on how to improve your health. There is normally also some task reminders and a lot of resources that you can just download and use over and over. And this is really what helps you in your toolbox. And it's at the heart of this program, because there you can watch it in your own time while you commute to work or whenever you have time, and get really a little bit more information, a little bit more background information, and choose what you want in there. So this is basically my group coaching program, but I have also there 3 bonuses that you get as an early bird if you sign up as an early bird. So one is unlimited digital coaching. Now, what is digital coaching? Digital coaching is basically having access to me 24 hours out of 24 hours, almost 7 days out of 7. I always say on the weekend I'm not as responsive, but basically every day you need any help, you can send me a little message and you get some reply. You can use that to get motivation. Maybe you want me to hold you accountable. So you do your exercise or you eat your vegetable. Maybe you want us to track the food. So I have a food tracking, or it's actually within an app. So you have it in your phone or on your computer, which you get access to. And there you can, we can track your foods, and I can give you direct feedback on how to improve your eating. So it's a very personalized way on keeping you accountable, keeping you on track, and helping you really to personalize according to your health issues or to your goals, whatever they are. So if you want to lose weight and maybe you're tracking your food, I might notice that you're eating a lot of carbs, and I might suggest maybe to replace that with a little bit more protein and fiber. So we can then set this as goal and we can track that. And I can have a look at your everyday food tracking, and I can say, hey, so and so, why not adding a little bit more fiber, a little bit more vegetable? We can work out a plan. That is really, really very valuable bonus. And normally that's a program on itself that is available here for my early birders. I also give you access to my 10-day reset diet, which is again a program on its own. It's a PDF program where basically you get the 10-day reset diet that helps you to get rid of toxins. A really great thing. I normally do that in the beginning of the year. So I highly recommend you to do that in the beginning of the year. And that helps you to kind of start with a clean slate. It helps you usually to lose some weight and to get really rid of toxins that we accumulate normally. I recommend that program to do it like 2 to 4 times a year. That's what I do. And you can use that over and over. It has meal plans, recipes, how-to guides, shopping guides, eat out guides, etc. It's a program on its own that normally sells for $97, which I have included there. And sorry, I'm really talking too much now. Give me a moment. Not used to talk so much. And then the other bonus I have is my meal plan. I have a great meal plan within Well World. So those who have recently joined me for my challenge have seen that already. It's a 28-day meal plan that you can choose. It will be a personalized meal plan to you. So even if you've used it already in the past, maybe you have done the challenge with Well World with me, and I've given you access to that. So it has also a special meal plan. So I have a choice of 20 therapeutic meal plans that I can personalize for you. So depending on what your issues are, what your goals are, I give you access to these meal plans, or to one of them, for 28 days within my app. Again, that's a separate app that you get full access to. Normally that's $97 as well. You get that as a goal. The meal plans are amazing. The recipes are amazing. So you get full access there to my therapeutic, personalized meal and lifestyle plans as well. Now, the early bird promotion for my End Emotional Eating Forever group coaching program is something that I have put together for this year because some people maybe want to offer themselves their best Christmas present, or maybe they want to offer that to one of their loved ones, right? That might be a really um, something as well. You might want to give that to somebody you really care about. So you're going to learn to get rid of sugar. Going to learn meditations. You get meal plans, recipes, lots of techniques and workbooks done for you, lists and plans. And of course, you will even learn, to repair digestive issues or balance hormones or other health issues as well. I have one of my clients, she joined me for some while ago and joined me in this session, in the group coaching program. And she says, I lost a total of 15 pounds and feel so much better, look much better, and most of all, achieved optimal health. My experience with Andrea Caprio was excellent. She motivated me to take action. When I started, I knew I had to do something to change the lack of energy, lack of stamina, and overall good feeling of well being that I lacked in life. She provided me with a balanced diet. She guided me through a tough body cleanse that I thought for sure was impossible to achieve. I lost a total of 15 pounds and feel much better. And this client, by the way, further down the line lost 25 pounds. That was just the way she wrote it. And she said also, I love my new way of life and nutrition, and you will also. What are you waiting for? So this is something you can achieve as well. As I said, the early bird offer is until the 24th of December. And you have two ways of investing in you for having a healthier cravings-free 2021 by either signing up 3 months upfront and then paying monthly, or you could pay monthly directly. So if you want to sign up 3 months upfront and then monthly, you can do so. And then it would be $199 per month. So you basically would pay for the first 3 months $597 and then $199 per month. The normal price is $397, right? So the normal monthly price, $397, and you get as an early bird special, you can sign up and pay 3 months upfront, $597, and then pay monthly $199. Or you can pay right from the beginning if you prefer to pay monthly right from the beginning. That would be $249 instead of the normal price that is $397. And you get additionally all the bonuses and full access to the program. As I mentioned, the program will start in January. So of course I will have the payment. Even if you join us now, the payment would start now, but I will make that, of course, that it would end earlier. The minimum requirement is to stay 3 months in the program, and then thereafter you can stay as long or as short as you want. I have some clients who finish after 3 or 4 months. I have some other clients who stay 6, 7 months, and I had one client, she stayed 12 months in that program, and she was really, really enjoying it. Now, I offer also a 1 month guarantee. So if within the first month you are wanting to change, or you are maybe not happy, or which I doubt, quite honestly, but if that's the case within the first month, then I would refund you any sessions you might not have taken. And yeah, that's basically my early bird special that you have. I will again in the, I'm trying to do that. In the chat, I'm again sharing the link for you so you can check it out on the page directly. The early bird special again is until December the 24th. And then after that, I will open the doors again early in January for not the early bird special. So you have the early bird promotion right now. And if you're ready to sign up, then you can do so right now here. I want now to open our call here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Right. So one question I always am getting is for people to know if they cannot get to any of the group coaching sessions. For example, I have them on certain days. Now, the thing is, the group coaching sessions are recorded, so you can, of course, look at the replay and watch the replay in your own time. And you can even send questions before the group coaching session to me. So I can always, coach you through something and help you over. So you can always ask those questions before. Right, wonderful. I want now to respect your time. If you have any more questions for about the group coaching programs or about how to achieve your goals in 2021, no matter if you want to go craving freeze or if you want to lose weight or achieve your health goals or so, feel free to send me a message. You can always send it directly to me. I'm actually putting that together here. So you have always my email address as well, and you can send me direct questions. Some people are shy and don't like so much to be on here. So feel free to send me an email to get answer to your questions, no matter if it's about your 5-step goal planning, which I may just want to repeat again. So the 5-step goal planning is get clear, so create great goals, perfect planning, simple skills, easy environment, and master your mindset. So if you follow all these 5 steps, you will for sure overcome most of your obstacles in 2021. But I understand that sometimes it is difficult. So if you want some help, please do join my group coaching program. It's a great bunch of people. We have lots of fun, and it's just so much nicer actually to have some good instructions or good motivation and good support together and learn really from each other. And of course, have me as your guide there and be able to celebrate our success and get a little bit clearer on that. So thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please do reach out. And if you feel that the group coaching program is not for you, but you need some other support or you want some other support, I have, of course, other programs as well. I have my one-on-one coaching program, which is a VIP exclusive coaching program. And I have also some other options that we can always discuss and personalize to your needs. My name, by the way, is Andrea Caprio. I realize I have never introduced myself. My goodness, that's very unprofessional. I get so excited about sharing all the content with you. So my name is Andrea Caprio. I am a Master Certified Transformational Nutrition Coach, and I specialize in helping people to overcome emotional eating and weight issues and live a healthier, more confident, and happier life. And that's what I really want to help you in my and Emotional Eating Forever group coaching program. Thanks so much for joining me today for this beautiful masterclass. I hope you will have a wonderful 2021. I would love to get some feedback from you, and I hope to see you soon within my group coaching program. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.